Hello and welcome to our show today. I am Lutana Oruche and I'll be bringing you yet another fantastic episode of TannaTalksSoccer podcast on Instagram today. Today we are going to discuss something extremely fantastic. Actually, we're discussing top 5 iconic goals of the past decade. Iconic club goals, not international football. So strictly club goals, not international football. And I love you guys to get in touch. Make sure you comment and tell us your own opinion, your own rankings and all. So not to waste any time at all, let's get right into the action. And for our number 5 goal, we have Cristiano Ronaldo's overhead kick against Juventus. I feel that goal was extremely fantastic in terms of execution, technique, and more so because of the person scoring the goal. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo over the years has owned the Champions League. He's been extremely fantastic in the Champions League. And for him to do that, the context of the game, huge match, Allianz Stadium, Juventus are putting the pressure on Real Madrid. They're searching for an equalizer. Let's not forget Cristiano Ronaldo scored the opening goal in the 4th minute of that game, if I can remember properly. And then Juventus were putting all the pressure, and next thing in the 60-something minute, Carvajal, Ronaldo. And then the reception from the fans really made it like this moment where we truly witnessed a true footballing great. Like, of course, before that, even without that moment, of course we know Cristiano Ronaldo is a footballing great, but some football moments kind of like cap it off. Just like, of course, before Lionel Messi put Jerome Boateng on the floor, we all knew he was a fantastic dribbler. We knew all about that. But the moment he did that, Twitter exploded. We saw highest traffic that Twitter has ever seen because everyone went mad, like, oh wow, Messi. So something like this, and the reception Ronaldo got from the Juventus fans in the stadium, everyone on their feet, giving this great man a round of applause, plus the goal, plus everything, plus the occasion, the Champions League. Really, it was a fantastic, really fantastic moment. And for number 4, corner taking quickly, Tanna. Yeah, corner taking quickly. I didn't make a mistake, don't mind me. I was trying to say corner taking quickly, but I kind of failed because I am not Trent Alexander-Arnold, I believe. Yeah, I'm not actually. Not I believe. I'm actually not. But straight down to business. I think this goal really was pretty iconic. It's one of these goals we will never forget because of its bizarre nature. It's very weird. Just not your average goal. Just the goal. You're just not going to see this goal. It's just not a goal you can see every day in football or every year or every 2 years. Very weird. And the stage, everything about this goal, it will never be forgotten. Of course, Liverpool had drawn the tie 3-3 on aggregates as a whole, 3-0 in that game, and most of us actually expected Liverpool to go on and score a 4th because of the momentum they had. Of course, the momentum was with them, and Barcelona just looked like they were struggling for their lives and all. But we must remember still, like, when we remember that comeback, actually that goal is what stands out. Corner taken quickly, Origi, we're never going to forget it, and for this reason it's my 4th on this list. And my 3rd. Okay, my 3rd is a very beautiful goal in my opinion, a header, DJ Drogba against Bayern Munich. This goal was pretty iconic, I think, because of the person, the stage, the goal, everything. Bayern battered Chelsea all game, and then Drogba, had to be him. Of course, he was on his way to Galatasaray, and he had to send, like, of course, since Drogba came, they had won Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, everything. Chelsea was about one of the most successful clubs in the world in that period. Since Drogba signed for the club, Chelsea won league titles. They won everything basically. They were dominating England, you can say this, alongside Manchester United, of course. But that Champions League really, and of course they had been to a final before, but they were defeated by Manchester United. So like, not like they were not there. Of course they had played high profile games too. They had been to semi-finals and stuff like this. But that game really needed to be won. And of course they were not favorites. They were far from favorites. And DJ Drogba just did it. He gave Chelsea a lifeline which, of course, in the extra time Bayern missed the penalty, and of course in the penalty shootout, of course they missed the penalties as well, which sent Chelsea through to victory. But the moment, actually, that late in the game, basically everyone thought, okay, yeah, Bayern had so much chances, they really deserve to win this, maybe 4-0, 5-0, but yeah, 1-0 will do. Yeah, okay, congratulations Bayern. And then Drogba comes in, glancing header like this. And like the angle really was really difficult. Fantastic goal. And of course the Martin Tyler commentary. Drogba! Yeah. So in my opinion, this was a very fantastic and iconic goal. And for number 2, I have to go with El Capitano Sergio Ramos. His equalizer against Atletico Madrid. the game was already won by Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone was all, he thought he had won it. I am pretty sure maybe that man is still having some nightmares about that game. I'm sure he was already feeling like a Champions League winner in that moment. And next thing, Sergio Ramos comes up and shatters his dreams and the dreams of so many legends like Diego Godin, Juan Fran, and all these guys. And I think that moment was pretty iconic. Like all of us, like where I was watching the game with my friends, we had all given up on the game. We thought Atletico Madrid were the winners of the Champions League. We were supporting Real Madrid in the game. I can remember very well. And the next thing, Atletico Madrid conceded a goal that late in the game. Sergio Ramos' iconic header. I think that goal was like, it's very difficult to put this goal as number 2, but I put it as number 2 because there's still a team that something similar happened to, but then they get that number 1 spot because they were getting something they hadn't gotten before, and that's Manchester City and the Premier League. Of course, Manchester City had not won the Premier League before, and Sergio Aguero delivered it to them in an what's the word? I can't find the word for this. That moment was too super. Goosebumps each and every time I hear the commentary on that goal. Each and every time I have to watch that goal. Every single thing about this goal was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And actually, that's why that is my number 1 goal. My number 1 iconic moment of the decade. Do not forget, I'm not talking about iconic story. Of course, Leicester City won the Premier League. That's one of the most iconic stories in sporting history, if not the most. But I'm talking about that iconic goal moment. In the moment, just that 1 goal. So feel free to get in touch. Please make sure you comment. I'm looking forward, absolutely looking forward to your comments. Your comments mean a lot to me, and we can interact and get to know what we think and have a few debates and arguments. But most importantly, please stay safe. Do not go out if unnecessary. I love you guys. Once more, I am Lutana Oruche. Bye.